Ahoy, it's me, Captain Tom. Today, I'm in a really special place. Can you guess where it is? That's right, it's the Fairy Tale Village. The Fairy Tale Village is a magical place where all of the fairy tales live together. So today, let's go for a walk and see how many fairy tales we can find. Are you ready? Let's go! I can't see any fairy tale characters, but let's keep looking. Still looking for some fairy tale characters. I've been walking for a long time, but I still can't find any characters. I give up. I just can't find any fairy tale characters. What's that? Behind me? Oh, it's our first fairy tale character. Yes! She lives under the sea with her fish friends. Do you know who it is? Right, it's the Little Mermaid. Let's say it together. The Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid. Great. And now that we found our first character, let's go look for some more. Yikes! I think we just found our second fairy tale character. He has a big axe, and he's made of metal. Do you know who it is? I'll give you a hint. He's from the fairy tale, The Wizard of Oz. That's right, it's the Tin Man. The Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz. Let's say it together. Tin Man. Tin Man. His whole body is made of tin. He looks sad though. Maybe he needs some more oil. Or a heart. I can't find any more fairy tales. Maybe I should ask someone. Excuse me, sir. Do you know where I can find some fairy tales? Do you know where I can find some fairy tale characters? You do? Over there? Okay, thanks. Let's go. All right, I think I found another fairy tale. Who is it? Well, you see a lot of creatures behind me that seem to be alive. And right there we have the main characters in our fairy tale. This is a French fairy tale about a beautiful woman who meets a scary monster, but they end up falling in love. Do you know what it is? That's right, it's Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast. Great, let's go look for some more. Okay guys, I found another fairy tale character. Ta-da! It's the White Rabbit. The White Rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. That's right. Remember the White Rabbit? He always says, "I'm late, I'm late." I wonder where he's going. Anyway, let's say that together. The White Rabbit. The White Rabbit. And he's from Alice in Wonderland. Alice in Wonderland. I feel like I'm in Wonderland right now. Anyway, let's keep going. Look what I found. It's another fairy tale. And this time, it's about a beautiful princess who meets these little guys, the dwarfs, and at the end, she marries a handsome prince. Do you know what it is? I'll give you a hint. She's got black hair, white skin, and red lips. That's right, it's Snow White. Snow White. Oh, her skin is so white, like the snow. Let's say it together. Snow White. Snow White. Great. Snow White and the 7 dwarves. Well, just 2 dwarves here. Anyway, let's keep going. Guess what? I just met Snow White again, but this time, she's got all of her dwarf friends. Let's learn their names one by one. Oh, Sleepy. Sneezy. Achoo! Bashful. Happy. Grumpy. Dopey. And finally, here's the leader, Doc. All of the 7 dwarves. Which one is your favorite? Shh. I think someone's following me. It's the wolf. The big, bad wolf. Ugh. Oh, but that must mean another fairy tale character is nearby. Let's keep going. Who's that? It's Little Red Riding Hood. You can see she's got the red hood, right? She's trying to get away from that scary wolf. Let's say that one more time. Little Red Riding Hood. Good. Little Red Riding Hood. It's a lot of R's, right? Little Red Riding Hood. All right. I hope she can make it to Grandma's house without being annoyed by that scary wolf. Oh. Wait a minute. I know these guys. These are the 3 bears from Goldilocks. Goldilocks and the 3 bears. We have Father Bear, Mother Bear, and Baby Bear. Let's say that together. The 3 bears. The 3 bears. I wonder if they have any porridge for me. I'm getting kind of hungry. I can't find any more fairy tale characters. Huh? Over there? Wow, thanks, mister. Hey, look at that. Another fairy tale character. This guy is a little deer who lives in the forest with his friends. Do you know who it is? That's right, it's Bambi. Let's say that together. Bambi. Bambi. Hi, Bambi. All right, let's leave him alone so he can play with his friends. Whoa. Whoa. I just rubbed a magic lamp, and suddenly I saw this. It's a genie. A genie in the lamp. That's great. He's a fairy tale character too. Let's say his name together. Genie. Genie. One more time. Genie. Hi, Genie. Is he a good genie or a bad genie? I wish to find more fairy tale characters. Whoa. He must have been a good genie, because here is another fairy tale character. It's a princess with long hair, and the prince uses her hair to climb up and say hello. Do you know her name? It starts with the letter R. Rapunzel. Great. Let's say it together. Rapunzel. Rapunzel. Rapunzel is the princess with the really long hair. Do you think the prince can get all the way up there? Good luck, Mr. Prince. Wait a minute. I know that fairy tale. That is a story about a little boy and girl who get lost in the wood, and then they find a house made of candy, but inside there's a scary witch. Do you know who they are? It's Hansel and Gretel. Hansel and Gretel. Let's say that together. Hansel and Gretel. Hansel and Gretel. Great. Bye-bye, Hansel and Gretel. Give me back my scarf. Here's a story about two animals, a really fast rabbit and a really slow turtle. And they decide to have a race. Who do you think wins? Well, this guy sleeps all day. So the slow guy wins the race. It's the tortoise and the hare. Let's say it together. The tortoise and the hare. The tortoise and the hare. The story of the tortoise and the hare reminds us not to be lazy, but instead to work hard every day, and one day we can win the race. Guess who I found? It's Captain Hook. Captain Hook. He looks like he's in trouble. Yikes. And right over here, we have Tinkerbell. Captain Hook and Tinkerbell. You know what that means? Someone else must be really close. A little boy who wears green and can fly. Let's see if we can find him. Hey, I found him. It's the boy who never wants to grow up. Instead, he wants to spend his whole life with his friend in Neverland. That's right. It's Peter Pan. Peter Pan. Let's say it together. Peter Pan. Peter Pan. Great. Hi, Peter. Yes, another fairy tale character. This one is about a little doll who wants to become a real boy. Do you know what it is? I'll give you a hint. When he lies, his nose gets longer and longer. That's right, it's Pinocchio. Let's say it together. Pinocchio. Pinocchio. What a fun name. Hi, Pinocchio. Wow, that was so cool. We found so many great fairy tale characters today. And look at this. I found the fairy tale castle. That's where all of the fairy tale characters live together. You know what? I'm gonna go have a look inside. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.